First session back in the gym for the new year. We snuck in a tiny little session on Sunday. We basically snuck over to a little local gym and did like an arm workout. Got a good arm bicep tricep pump. We had very minimal energy and CNS availability because my wife and I were party animals. We stayed up until midnight. First time staying up until midnight on New Year's Eve in probably over a decade. So there was not a lot of reason to party late into the night when I was competing in CrossFit. So that kind of cut out about 8 years of my life. And then we had kids and we're just looking for sleep wherever we can get it. So it's probably been longer, probably like 12, 13 years since I have stayed up until the new year. So yeah, Happy New Year. First session back. And still 3 days later from a late night, a little bit of alcohol, still just not feeling my best. So today we had the last week of a training cycle progression that I've been doing with these two women on Tuesdays. We've had some people join us the last couple weeks, but really it's been a fun few weeks of doing a moderately heavy build in the clean and the front squat. And at the end of all of it, you know, we all set out to kind of push some new numbers, and today I actually front squatted over 300 pounds for the first time and I can't remember how long, so it's nice to touch that weight. I didn't get it for 3 reps like I was hoping to get it for, and you know, even though I like to preach to look good, move well, live to fight another day, just keep progressing, I still get a little caught up in the numbers sometimes. So I was disappointed. I got a little in a funk in the middle of the workout, but shook it off, did some good cleans. Didn't have a lot of pep on the full cleans today, but did some good numbers and just called it there and moved on. And it was really nice to just sort of reset and recalibrate, have a moment to, you know, be disappointed in the gym. And I think that's the reality. So I think the lesson from today is it's okay to find yourself being disappointed in the gym and having some expectations coming in and maybe having some goals and maybe not meeting them. It is a part of training. And sometimes it means that you're pushing too hard and you've been overtraining and you need to take a step back and deload and change your training program. Other days, like today for me, it's probably just a product of under recovered from the last few days and not getting the perfect sleep and not, you know, taking care of all the recovery boxes. So if I come back tomorrow, have another bad day, and then maybe come back on Friday and have another bad day, or a day where I miss some of my, you know, strength numbers that I'm trying to hit in the progressions that we're working on, then I'll take that as a sign of like, okay, I need to deload for a week, maybe dial back on my training. And deloading can be as simple as just coming in and doing the training plan that you had programmed for yourself. If you're in Persist or you got a coach programming for you, but doing half the amount of sets, or you know, half the number of sets is usually the best. Then you're just cutting volume back by about 50%, which is going to allow you to recover so much more. You're going to feel that much better. But you don't need to drop the intensity dramatically. Just drop the intensity a little bit so that you're not pushing failure on any of your sets, and that would work for most people. If you get into 2 weeks of like continuously overreaching and seeing your missing numbers and your failing lifts, you're really digging yourself a deep hole of overtraining, which could mean, you know, weeks to months of recovery time. So you just want to stay on top of this and pay attention to when numbers don't go the way you expected multiple days in a row, and okay, make an adjustment, go get your body and your brain to reset and rest and come back and hit it hard. And this is a mistake that I made a number of times when I was competing in CrossFit, because I never felt like there was a time to waste. You know, it's like everybody in my sphere of competing was always pushing themselves, always posting their PRs. It always seemed like everyone was constantly getting better and nobody was taking rest days. And you know, to be in an overtrained state and then think, oh, I need to take 2 to 3 weeks of deloading, it didn't seem like a realistic option. Continued to push through those things, and That's what made it such a hard sport to compete in during that era. But many of you listening to this and myself, like, we're not competing in a sport. There's no game day, there's no deadline. So make sure that you're listening to these cues and taking breaks when you need to from training, or deloading, reducing volume, reducing intensity a little bit. That is such an effective way to just let your body do its thing, which is rest, recover, recharge, and get amped up for training again. So that's the lesson of the day. The girls did awesome. We had a super fun conditioning piece at the end that pushed all of us. We each hit the same reps, hit the same rounds, hit the same time frame. We were all working at the same effort level, and we were able to achieve that by just adequately scaling and adjusting weights back. So Megan used a 25-pound dumbbell, Shauna used a 35-pound dumbbell, I used a 50. Shauna had a 65-pound bar, Megs had a 55-pound bar, I had a 115-pound bar. You know, we were working on different tools. They used the biker, I used the assault bike. We adjusted the calories for each person. These are ways that we adapt all of the conditioning pieces inside of Persist. This was a Persist PERFORM workout that'll be showing up sometime in late February. And if you're an athlete who is on the, you know, maybe beginner intermediate side of things, there's going to be options and levels for you to level down and be like, okay, I'm going to be a level 3 today in these movements, but I'll be a level 1 in this movement. And then you can kind of build the workout that best suits your ability to hit the time frame, hit the coaching notes, hit the intention of the workout. And that was what was beautiful about this with the three of us, is that literally, like, I was finishing my round, Shauna would finish her round right after me, Megan would finish her round right after Shauna, and it was just like clockwork for all 6 sets, almost 20 minutes worth of that. And we were all doing putting forth a lot of effort. And it's great because we can each push each other. And even if we weren't in the same room, you know, we have our community board on Atom platform, which you can post your score to, or tell everybody how you did and what modifications you made. And that is just a great way to, like, you know, have some accountability, know what the community's up to, not necessarily compete, but just feel like, hey, I'm part of something, I'm doing it right. Oh, this person went a little faster than me. Maybe I need to scale my weights back a little bit more next time so I can get in that ballpark and get that feeling that coach is intending for us to have. So we all did a good job today. I was really proud of everyone. And you know what? The most exciting part of today, getting to see Nate again. Nate is back. All right, catch y'all next week. Hope you're having a great new year. If you got any questions, you know what to do. Drop them in the comment. See you later.